Did you know that heart disease remains the world's leading cause of death, silently claiming nearly 18 million lives every year? For many, it strikes without warning, an unseen threat quietly building within the walls of our arteries, often unnoticed until it's far too late. But while this statistic can be alarming, it's also empowering to realize that you hold more control over your heart health than you might think. There are natural, scientifically proven nutrients that can dramatically lower your risk. Vitamins that specifically help unclog your arteries and restore vibrant cardiovascular health. Today, we'll take an in-depth look at 7 powerful vitamins, each with a unique benefit for your heart, explaining how to harness their power to protect yourself, no matter your age. These insights are rooted in both research and experience, and by the end, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to make smart, heart-healthy choices for years to come. Let's begin with a truly unsung hero, vitamin K2, known to some as the artery protector. Most of us are familiar with the role calcium plays in building strong bones. However, what few realize is that when calcium isn't efficiently directed into bone tissue, it can end up accumulating in the wrong places, namely, your arteries. This misplaced calcium acts much like a slow-building dam, causing arterial walls to stiffen and encouraging plaque to form. Over time, this leads to increased risks of heart attacks and strokes, even among people who feel perfectly healthy. The amazing property of vitamin K2 is its unique ability to guide calcium to its rightful place, your bones, while preventing it from settling in your arteries and blood vessels. When sufficient K2 is present, it activates proteins that act as little calcium chaperones, sweeping it out of soft tissues and helping soften and clear your arteries. Here's something truly remarkable. Leading studies show that a higher dietary intake of vitamin K2 can reduce your risk of arterial calcification by as much as 50%. That doesn't just mean prevention. It may also help reverse the early stages of calcification already taking place. From real-world experience, I can attest to the impact this simple nutrient can have. Over years of working with patients, I've encountered many men and women whose arteries were beginning to stiffen and narrow, trends we could see on diagnostic scans, but that hadn't caused symptoms yet. In so many cases, boosting vitamin K2 intake with simple dietary sources led to measurable improvements in arterial flexibility and overall vascular health. If you're looking to integrate K2 into your daily life, focus on traditional foods. Fermented soybeans, such as natto, a staple in Japanese cuisine, are one of the richest natural sources. A more approachable alternative for many is grass-fed dairy or pasture-raised eggs, along with certain hard cheeses, which provide ample amounts of this nutrient. By thinking proactively about vitamin K2, you're not just helping your bones, you're actively defending the entire network of arteries that supports every beat of your heart. Turning next to vitamin D, often celebrated for its mood-uplifting and bone-strengthening properties, we discover an equally vital role in maintaining healthy arteries. Think of vitamin D as the silent warrior against inflammation, a low-grade force that steadily damages blood vessels and encourages cholesterol to form dangerous plaques. Chronic inflammation is one of the fundamental drivers of arterial disease, acting as a spark for the entire process of plaque buildup. Vitamin D helps to rein in this damaging inflammation, calming the body's immune response and protecting delicate blood vessels from scarring and blockage. Even just moderate increases in vitamin D can improve how well your arteries expand and contract, supporting healthy blood flow and making it easier for your heart to deliver oxygen and nutrients wherever they are needed. Yet, despite all the benefits, deficiency in vitamin D is astonishingly common, especially among people who live in northern climates, work indoors, or cover their skin for cultural reasons. It's a deficiency I see frequently in patients, particularly as they get older. Even in otherwise healthy adults, low levels of vitamin D can fly under the radar for years, quietly increasing cardiac risk. That's why I always encourage routine vitamin D testing, especially heading into winter, or for anyone who just doesn't get a lot of sun. When necessary, a supplement can be life-changing. The best part? Evidence suggests that pairing vitamin D with vitamin K2 not only amplifies each of their unique cardiovascular benefits, but also helps ensure that calcium is channeled to the bones instead of the arteries. This dynamic duo forms a formidable natural defense, keeping your blood vessels clearer, more supple, and far less susceptible to disease. But for heart health, antioxidants are equally essential, and that brings us to vitamin C, the immune-boosting antioxidant heart hero. Vitamin C does much more than fight off colds and flus. At a cellular level, it actively protects the inner lining of your arteries, the endothelium, by scavenging damaging molecules known as free radicals. Left unchecked, these free radicals attack the endothelial cells, making arterial walls stiff and prone to cracks where cholesterol deposits can accumulate. Vitamin C floods into these cells, neutralizing free radicals, minimizing this destructive process, and helping to produce collagen, a crucial structural protein that maintains the pliability and strength of blood vessels. The evidence supporting vitamin C's protective effect on the arterial system is strong. Regular, sufficient vitamin C intake has been shown to enhance endothelial function, particularly in older adults or anyone with existing risk factors for heart disease. From my own clinical experience, I've found that people who aim for vitamin C-rich foods daily tend to see improvements in overall vascular health, and their risk of cardiovascular issues drops accordingly. Think fresh oranges, kiwi fruit, strawberries, and bell peppers. Colorful, delicious, and easily accessible items that pack a major punch for your arteries. Whether eaten raw, added to salads, or blended into smoothies, these foods can empower you to shield your heart every single day. Vitamin E, another essential antioxidant, is known as the shield against oxidized LDL, the particularly hazardous form of cholesterol. What makes LDL cholesterol dangerous isn't simply its presence, but its tendency to oxidize, transforming into a sticky, reactive form that latches onto arterial walls and sparks inflammation. Vitamin E's primary job is to intercept these free radicals before they can interact with LDL, keeping the cholesterol from turning into dangerous plaque. Not only does this preserve healthy blood flow, but it can also help reverse early-stage arterial plaque by making LDL particles less likely to become embedded in vessel linings. Despite its critical role, vitamin E is often overlooked in modern diets. The best sources are natural, wholesome foods: almonds, sunflower seeds, hazelnuts, spinach, and broccoli. Adding these foods to meals, whether through a handful of nuts as a snack, a leafy green salad, or a veggie stir-fry, can easily provide the recommended daily intake. It's also worth mentioning that vitamin E's power is magnified when taken together with vitamin C, as the two antioxidants regenerate each other and provide even stronger protection. For all that vitamin E does to prevent the oxidation of LDL and support supple arteries, it's a small dietary adjustment with a profound impact on heart health. Next, we turn to vitamin B3, otherwise known as niacin, the cholesterol regulator. Most people know that managing cholesterol levels is vital for heart health, but not everyone realizes just how effective niacin can be. Unlike medications, which often target only specific cholesterol numbers, niacin works in multiple ways. It lowers your LDL, bad cholesterol, reduces triglycerides, and just as importantly, increases HDL, good cholesterol. This improved HDL transports excess cholesterol away from the arteries to the liver, where it can be safely processed and removed from the body. Niacin even improves arterial elasticity, which means your blood vessels can handle changes in blood pressure smoothly, reducing overall cardiovascular strain. Niacin therapy has transformed the lives of many struggling with cholesterol issues. I have seen firsthand the dramatic changes it can bring about. Patients going from dangerously high cholesterol to healthy, balanced profiles with relatively simple interventions. It's important, however, to work closely with a healthcare professional before starting niacin supplements, as high doses can cause some uncomfortable side effects, such as facial flushing or digestive upset. For most people, aiming to increase B3-rich foods, chicken, turkey, salmon, tuna, peanuts, and mushrooms, is a safe and delicious way to maintain healthy levels. Vitamin B6, the homocysteine regulator, is next on our list. Homocysteine is a sulfur-containing amino acid that circulates in the blood, and when its levels rise too high, it causes micro-damage to the arterial lining. This damage sets the stage for plaque to form, making elevated homocysteine a significant risk factor for arterial disease, independent of cholesterol measurements. The unsung power of vitamin B6 is its ability to help convert homocysteine into harmless compounds, significantly reducing the risk of this silent threat. Its anti-inflammatory effects also help ease the overall burden of cardiovascular inflammation, providing a crucial line of defense. Modern dietary habits mean many people don't get enough B6, so it's important to prioritize foods like bananas, chicken, turkey, fish, chickpeas, and potatoes. Combining B6 with vitamins B12 and folate further enhances its effect, working together to ensure lower homocysteine and healthier, clearer arteries. From my perspective, ensuring optimal levels of B6 is not just about preventing problems, it's about enhancing overall well-being and longevity. Finally, we arrive at vitamin B12, the vital nutrient for artery health. Its role is interlinked with vitamin B6, collaboratively controlling homocysteine and supporting the overall health of red blood cells and the nervous system. Deficiency in B12, unfortunately, is more common than you might expect, especially in older adults or those following a plant-based diet. Even a mild deficiency can bring on symptoms like poor circulation, chronic fatigue, and increased strain on the heart and arteries. The difference in cardiovascular health between someone with adequate B12 and someone without is striking. I have seen patients regain vitality and improve their blood flow merely by correcting a subtle but impactful lack of B12. For omnivores, eggs, fish, dairy, beef, and poultry are effective sources. For vegetarians and vegans, B12 fortified foods or supplements are essential. They're both convenient and reliable for keeping your cardiovascular system strong and energetic. By focusing on these 7 essential vitamins, K2, D, C, E, B3, B6, and B12, you are laying the foundation for resilient, healthy arteries and a heart that thrives. The beauty of these nutrients lies in their synergy. Each one supports, enhances, and amplifies the effects of the others. Together, they collectively address every aspect of heart health, reducing chronic inflammation, enhancing blood flow, balancing cholesterol, protecting vessel walls, and neutralizing the threats that lead to plaque buildup. What's even more empowering is that these vitamins aren't difficult or expensive to obtain. They exist abundantly in everyday wholesome foods. Balancing a diet rich in these nutrients needn't mean radical lifestyle changes. Choose colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Favor fermented foods and grass-fed dairy for vitamin K2. Prioritize a serving of oily fish or fortified plant milk for vitamin D. Toss seeds on your morning oatmeal for vitamin E. Snack on bell peppers and strawberries for vitamin C. And round out your plate with poultry, mushrooms, and spinach for the full complement of B vitamins. If supplementation is necessary, always consult with a knowledgeable professional to find a safe, personalized plan. Remember, heart disease does not have to be your fate, even if you have a family history or other risk factors. Modern research now gives us actionable tools to prevent and sometimes even reverse the damaging processes that lead to blocked arteries and cardiac events. Every small step, every nutrient-packed meal, every positive health decision compounds over time to build a future of strength and vitality. Now, consider these simple daily actions to seamlessly incorporate these powerful, heart-healthy vitamins into your life. Start your morning with a smoothie packed with spinach, berries, and a sprinkle of seeds for vitamins C and E. Include a serving of probiotic yogurt or fermented veggies at lunchtime to boost vitamin K2. Grill salmon or sauté mushrooms for dinner to cover your bases for B vitamins and vitamin D. Snack on a handful of almonds or sunflower seeds in the late afternoon Sip a glass of fortified almond milk with your evening meal, and you'll discover that nourishing your heart is both delicious and satisfying. It's not just about what you add, but also what you can gradually reduce. Decreasing processed foods, minimizing excess sugar and sodium, and choosing heart-friendly fats like olive oil help create an environment where these vitamins can do their best work, preventing damage, allowing for repair, and supporting a healthy, youthful circulation. In my experience, the greatest transformations come from small, consistent changes rather than sweeping overhauls. Patients who learn to love these heart-supporting foods and make a conscious effort to nourish their bodies often find their energy, mood, and vitality improving right alongside their cardiovascular numbers. The science is clear, and the pathway is accessible. Simply start with one new habit at a time and let the momentum build. Take this knowledge and use it as motivation to act today. Schedule that vitamin D blood test, make a grocery list rich in color and variety. Plan a walk outdoors to boost your natural vitamin D and learn a new recipe that features vitamin K2-rich ingredients. Staying informed and proactive means you don't have to fear heart disease. You have the tools to write your own health story. To everyone listening, you have the power to profoundly influence the health and resilience of your heart with what you choose. Every day, in every meal, with every positive habit you build. Let these 7 vitamins be your guide to clearer arteries, better circulation, and a vibrant, energetic life, no matter your age. Thank you for tuning in and taking the time to care for your heart. Together, let's commit to spreading this life-saving information. Share it with family and friends, inspire others to make positive changes, and know that each choice you make today brings you closer to the healthiest tomorrow possible. Stay heart healthy, stay empowered, and take every possible step to support the incredible engine that is your heart.